he was just wondering, does this girl want to settle down? And I think I was also asking myself the same thing.
大家好，我是Jernelle 胡煜诗。最近呢，真的是喜事连连。我们新传媒英文电台98.7 DJ Sonia Chew 周曲贤订婚啦！
谢谢，
恭喜！
谢谢。嗨，我是曲贤987电台的 DJ。
你是11月27号晚上，就是在你的社交媒体上面公布了这个喜讯吗？
It wasn't planned in terms of the date to post. I just posted whenever I felt like posting because I think a week had gone by already and a few people had already seen me and actually questioned me about the ring and they were just shocked. They were like, wait, when did you get engaged? You know, like they were really, really surprised. So I felt like it was a good time to just talk about it because it was a very private proposal.
OK， 所以我们在继续之前哈，我们想看一下你的戒指。
I'm very relieved that I'm understanding. 我明白你在说什么 Okay, it's here. I'm wearing it right now. So
哇，很亮，很漂亮。
Pretty, thank you. 他自己选的，他没有问我的朋友他喜欢什么没有？
他没有问过你的意见，他自己选了一个他喜欢的戒指。
他觉得我喜欢的。
OK， 那你喜欢吗？
我很喜欢，就是比较简单，you know, straight to the point, no fuss, and very classic.
You are surprised about the engagement, right?
Yeah.
Were there no clues at all?
I didn't have any idea at all. This was before I flew off for a work trip to London, okay? And I only found out after that he actually tried to do it in London. He tried to coordinate with my client. He found his ways to like reach out to her, try and see like if he could come and slip in and surprise me in London. Because fun fact, London was the first place that we both found ourselves in overseas. Yeah. First time I went for a work trip there, he also was in Europe for like some sort of like a work related thing and he decided to drop into London to meet me for a few days.
Wow.
It was the first place that we were together overseas. Just a coincidence. And I guess he thought it was a special place, you know, he wanted to do it there. But things didn't work out how it was supposed to work out. He was assigned to a work trip in the region and he couldn't make it to London. So he apparently has been carrying the ring around for a few months now, trying to find the right moment because he had to ask my parents' permission. He, you know, didn't tell any of my friends. Nobody knew. And my parents didn't know it was going to happen on that specific day. He told me that, hey, since you're going to be away for the whole week, can I arrange a date night for us?
Very randomly.
Very randomly. So I was like, okay, but it's not random that he arranges date nights. Because he does. He does plan date nights. And I think that's what I appreciate about him as well, you know, the effort. So we previously did like a beachside picnic with all my favorite hawker food before, a long time ago. So he said, why don't we do that again? So fun, right? I was like, okay, sure. So I was very casual, no makeup, sweaty. I went to collect the food from the, you know, hawker center. We split up and went to get our favorite food, you know, from the hawker. Hokkien mee, chicken wings, you know, like all that kind of stuff. And he sets up. It quite nice, you know, it's basically what we used to do. And he brought a pretty expensive bottle of wine. So in hindsight, I guess that was the only thing that was a bit off. Like, why did he bring such a expensive wine? Because he likes
hawker food.
Yeah, but he likes wine. So I was like, okay, must be nothing. I think he just felt like drinking. So it just happened in the middle of nowhere. Like, I was eating Hokkien mee, and then all of a sudden he was like, I just want you to know like how grateful I am to have you in my life. You know, you made me a better person and I learned a lot about myself from you. But this one you have to ask him lah. Like he did a speech and then he just sort of pulled it out, like the ring. Yeah.
So it was actually a very personal engagement. There was like no photos, no videos. There was
knowing him, right? He will not be able to set up the camera one. He has no idea how to do these things. And if he brought a tripod, I know something is up already. So
yeah, it's very obvious, right?
I was very grateful that it was something personal and in the moment, you know, which is what I will remember for a long time.
Yeah. And when he said all this, did you tear?
Yeah. No, I didn't, because he is someone that talks about his feelings quite often, like with me. And I felt like it felt like a reflection, you know, like he was just like, oh, I'm grateful for this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, like how sweet. He's just saying like, I'm grateful for it. So I also said, oh yeah, I'm also grateful for you. Like I didn't know what was going on. So yeah, I think, you know, what I felt in that moment was just, it was very genuine. Yeah, I felt like he came from a very good place, but I was genuinely really very shocked. Like when he pulled out
Really?
the photo, I was like,
Oh no, we missed a
how
good
did she like
photo.
what? 我没有给他什么压力还是什么，我没有跟他讲的。他有问我 he was like, do you think that you are ready to settle down soon? Because I think for a long time, you know, I'm so busy with work and social life, and I'm constantly going to events or going to parties, and he was just wondering, does this girl want to settle down? You know, does she really want? And I think I was also asking myself the same thing. I wasn't sure. 我不清楚. Do I want kids? I don't know. I still don't know. But I know that I enjoy life with him, so that was part of the decision as well. So I think he just felt like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And he just went ahead and did it. He didn't ask anybody's permission except my parents. 他跟我的爸爸讲很久. 1 or 2 hours they sat down talking apparently for, yeah, maybe not so long, maybe an hour.
Ask for your hand.
Yeah.
After the engagement, who is the first person that you shared the news with?
我的父母亲. This is the photo of them. They were really, really, really pleasantly surprised, and they didn't even know how to use like the video function, so they were like struggling with it and all that. But yeah, I called them first, followed by my closest friends. Yeah, and Joakim was one of them as well. I called him, and he didn't pick up his video call at first because he was at work, and he called me shortly after that. And he happened to be in the car with Avery because Avery was giving him a ride. And both of them were like tearing up and crying.
刚刚你有提到你的未婚夫，他是 Jeremy。
对。
可不可以跟我们多说关于他的事情，就是介绍一下你的未婚夫？
我见到他的时候，他在银行做工的。所以我们的 background completely different. Like he's never dated anybody in the media before. Everything was very new to him, and he, in fact, was a little bit hesitant. So 我们开始出去的时候，他有问我，你在电台做工，你在 media 做工，有那么多帅的男人，他觉得他不帅。可是我觉得他很 cute 啦，我觉得他也很帅啦。He's my type. He's a bit nerdy with glasses, you know. Like I was like, oh, that's cute. Like that's kind of my type. He looks like a reliable guy, I would say.
你们其实在一起有一段时间了，是有6年嘛，对不对？
快要6年了，5年半。So it's a funny story because it was a job for me, and the cruise, funny enough, is actually a singles cruise for people to meet, like single people to meet. I was newly single at the time, okay? And I wasn't really looking for anything. I was just there for a job, and that was it. In fact, I begged one of my girlfriends to come with me. I was like, please, 拜托, come with me. I don't want to be with strangers like on the trip. And just so happened, you know, he was also getting out of a relationship at that time. And his friend, who happened to be the organizer of this cruise trip, she actually said, why don't you just come, help me carry some stuff, you know, do a little bit of like, help me conduct the fitness class, you know, just volunteer your services a bit, and you get a trip for free as well, and you get paid. So he was like, sure, why not? And that was how we met, on the ship. For single people.
That means this ship really worked. Like this.
Yeah, for us, it worked for us. And I think he put in a lot of effort to be a part of my world. You know, like I invited him to be on my podcast, for example. He was okay to take on that challenge.
I saw the episode.
Yeah, he doesn't really like being on camera or anything. So a lot of things were very new to him. And I think I have to really give it up to him because dating somebody in the media industry, I think there's a lot of insecurities and questions that you have to ask, right? And it isn't for everyone. And I think he is someone that is very supportive of me. 他真的很支持我 throughout this entire journey. Like he really understands and tries his best to adapt to my work, which is a big part of my life.
你刚刚说你们两个是完全不同世界的人。
Yeah.
那现在你们两个人相遇了。他非常配合你的生活。那你觉得你怎么配合他的生活呢？
他是一个很健康的人，他很喜欢运动，他喜欢去 hiking, snowboarding. Okay, 其实我没有做那么多运动的， So fitness-wise, he is much more fit than me. I struggle to keep up with him. And he's always trying to motivate me. And I think that actually makes me a better person because I was very lazy about exercising, about working out, about being healthy. And because of him, I picked up snowboarding again.
Wow.
So we can go on the trip together, right? He was very patient and making sure that, we're on the same pace, although he's like very pro compared to me in terms of sports related stuff, So I think in that way, I've done pretty well to try and adapt to his lifestyle, which is the opposite of my lifestyle.
你是怎么觉得他是你的 Mr. Right？
他是一个很成熟的人，我说的对吗 ？Okay, very emotionally mature, yeah, 成熟。然后他不只是爱我，他也是爱我的父母亲，我的朋友。And I feel like I see a lot of effort in him getting to know my friends and my family, and my friends can be very critical, right? Like if you want to date our friend to get past us, that kind of thing. And I think they really liked him. 他们觉得他很好笑. Like his sense of humor, even though he looks like a very nerdy,
serious
like a nerdy, serious guy, right? He's all about math and numbers and like finance. Then suddenly he can crack jokes and he makes them laugh, and everyone thinks that he's just as punny or as funny as I am, and we match each other in terms of that. And they will always say, I never thought that someone could be colder in their jokes than Sonia until we met you. So, yeah.
That's a good thing in a good way.
很冷。
其实我有看到你的 IG caption， 你在下面你就有提到说，你不懂你的 wedding 会是怎么样的。
我真的不懂。
对，因为你讲说你是那种 turn up at a party.
Yeah.
So you have no thoughts about how your wedding is gonna be like a dream wedding in mind?
No, like I've never even thought about what my wedding's gonna look like. But I know that, it's gonna be a bunch of my closest friends. It will be small. I just want a small party with people that we really love and we have fun together. Yeah. And then maybe I'll be the DJ.
You want to be the DJ on your wedding?
Yeah, like for fun. So that we can get like really good music and yeah, just have fun.
Maybe you can host your own wedding.
周静已经说他要做我的主持人的，他说是我是主持人。That's it. I was like, okay.
很好，可能之后有可能会有孩子，如果要有孩子的话。
我不懂。
太远了，是不是？
太远了，我还不清楚。他说如果没有他也是很开心，因为有我。耶！
好甜哦。
So that's all.
听到你们的喜讯呢，我是真的非常的开心。然后我觉得你们两个真的很般配，所以希望你们之后会幸福美满，天天开心，好不好？然后如果想要生孩子的话，就生很多很多孩子。
谢谢。我就要给红包了。
耶！明天我跟你拿哦。
你也是结婚啊？你也是快要结婚了。
Oh no！ 那我们两个互相给红包吧。
好的。
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
你的中文真的很好。
不会了，不标准。然后 I need time to process. Like I don't know how to phrase certain words. Yeah.
没事，因为是 Zoom， 所以你可以慢慢想，然后再慢慢回答也可以。
I don't occupational hazard. If got dead air for too long, I'm like silence for too long. I'm like, okay.
喜欢我们的视频，请记得 like and subscribe 我们的频道，开启小铃铛通知，视频不漏看。